Hi there, this is Abhishek, and in this video I will talk about some of the functions related to apply function family, as I have mentioned here. So if you write or if you take a help within the R Studio and specifying help for apply function, you will find these different values as I have taken directly from there by putting double question mark and then specifying apply. And it has given me all the list, and I've just extracted the one which is related to apply function. So apply function is very helpful in looping over either rows or columns and getting the aggregated value out of it. And within the apply you have multiple ways to go over different kinds of data. So if you have just the data frame or a matrix, you can specify base apply function. If you have a list, you need to go to lapply, and similarly couple of others which is mentioned here. So in this video I will going to talk about very briefly for apply and lapply function. So let's go ahead and see it here. The first one is the apply, as we want to go this one as a first function, as a base function, and it is a very simple but powerful function which helps aggregating the data by row or column for the specified function or the statistical function. So its definition, it's very simple. You put apply, the name of the data set, which in this case is empty cars. What to specify is basically a column. So if one is a specified row, if you are specifying one, it will go by each row and produce the mean, that means the average. If you are specifying two, that means it will go by each column and produce the mean. And once you specify everything, and then it produces the average value for each of the column present in the data set. So that's a very simple, straightforward, goes over all the columns or loops over all the columns and produce the output. Second one is the lapply function. Lapply is basically helpful in producing the statistics out of lists. Generally, if you are using the apply function on the list, it will not going to produce the required output because the data structure is different. Therefore, you have the lapply function to get the statistics out of list. Again, it's very simple when it comes to definition. You specify the lapply, the list, in this case grass.l is the one which is predefined there in the R. I have used it, and the name of the statistical function means or anything else. So you can go ahead and see that for list 1, $MOW, what has mentioned, 14 is the average and 8.25 is for the second list. Third function which I want to cover is sapply, which is the extension of lapply, I can say, because it helps in simplifying list apply. Simplifying in the perspective of producing some sort of a matrix or array when it is giving the output. Here in this case it may not be that much meaningful because in each different sections you are getting the data, but here in this case you are getting the data like a normal matrix or array like the one we have got in the case of apply. Here in this case it is easy to read the output as compared to this one, because both the lists are side by side. That's why it has mentioned simplifying list apply. So again, the parameters are pretty much same. You need to first specify the list and then the statistical function. The fourth one is the vapply. Vapply is basically a list apply that returns a vector or array. So if you have a need where you specifically wants apply function to returns a vector or an array out of the list, you can specify under the vapply the name of the list and then the statistical function, and then the numeric output, in which the output format for your list or apply. So here in this case we have given like an array or a matrix output, specifying that it's a numeric output that it will going to return. So sometimes it is useful, but we need to know in advance what kind of output we will going to need, otherwise it will produce the error. If you don't know the format of the data, then it will produce the error. So we need to go a little bit in depth and see what kind of output we are expecting and specifying it over as a third parameter. So these are few of the basic apply function which I wanted to discuss in this first video. In the next video, I'm going a little bit in depth of apply function and covering what are all the things that you can achieve by specifying the different kind of parameters. Other thing is which I want to quickly discuss before closing this video is to handling the null values. So after you have specified these values, and if there are null values which you don't want, then you can specify the additional parameter in each of the apply function, which is na.rm. So what it means, well, just put it here. Let's say we have apply function and we are putting apply. I will just drag it down a little bit, apply, and we are saying empty cars by columns mean, and I don't want the NA values, then I will saying remove na.rm is equals to true. So that way you will simply handle the null values and get rid of them. So that's pretty much all I wanted to discuss in this video, and I'll meet you in the new video, the new topic.